Hey guys, I'm Ajay Menon, host and host of AM Talk Sport. और आज हम लोग build up करने वाले towards Roma versus Bayer Leverkusen in the Europa League semi-final first leg. Bayer Leverkusen are the team of 2024. They've been the best team, undefeated all season, winners of the Bundesliga under Xabi Alonso for the first time in their history. And coincidentally, it was Roma who beat them last year in the same stage in the semi-finals of the Europa League when Jose Mourinho was still our manager, beat Bayer Leverkusen by a goal to nil, and then went to Leverkusen and produced a Jose Mourinho-esque performance, taking a nil-nil and a 1-0 aggregate score into the finals of the Europa League. So आज हम लोग थोड़ा history देखने वाले हैं. We're going to rewind to the history books and we'll be just seeing the clashes very quickly between Roma and Bayer Leverkusen. And the first clash that I remember was in 2004. I was still no, I just finished school, and I remember watching this in Sports Center. Let me show you the game. It brings back a lot of memories. Yeah, just a second. Yeah, this is gonna come to a absolute history wala ye. Leverkusen versus Roma. Wow, this is insane. I mean, if you're looking at 2004, just look at the kind of players. I think this ये थोड़ा ये वाला better है. Okay, let's check this out. So Leverkusen beat us 3-1. This was in the group stage, 2004 match day 3. And goals were scored by Roque Jr. and a Polish guy whose name I can't pronounce. Berbatov with an own goal. Berbatov scored an amazing goal actually in the return leg. We'll get to that. Two red cards, Christian Panucci, and now Roma manager Daniele De Rossi was sent off. And you look at the Roma team that was out there. On paper, though, it looks fantastic. But Roma had one of the worst seasons that year. 2004 was a horrible, horrible season for Roma. डिफेंस तो देखो यार मतलब कार्लोस जोत्ती गोलकीपर Mattia Ferrari, who was regarded as a top prospect at one time, Giuseppe Scurto, Leandro Cufre, Amandino Mancini playing in I don't know what role, Totti behind Montella and Casano. Only the attack looked okay kind of on paper, but Roma was struggling that year. Yeah, बहुत ही गंदा सीजन था रोमा का उस साल. And this was a year when even Real Madrid were in our group, and there was an incident actually. I think was it in the Dynamo Kiev game when the referee was hit by a coin, and then Roma got a ban, a stadium ban, and we played Real Madrid in an empty stadium. But yeah, I mean this was the first time that these two teams met. It was a loss in Leverkusen, and उसके बाद में इसका return fixture था. तो return fixture में this was in Rome, and this is what happened. So 1-1 between the two teams. And once again, I was telling you about that Berbatov goal. That was fantastic. And Leverkusen, I remember, dominated the game. यहाँ पे stats है कि नहीं मुझे हाँ है stats है ना. हाँ in the sense आप देखोगे ना तो this is basically 4 shots on goal. Sorry, 4 attempts on target, 6 off target. So yeah, I mean, you can say there. What I recall from my memory was that they were the better team, and Montella scoring a stoppage time equalizer to save some respect for Roma. We went out in the group stage only. We finished bottom of Group B, I remember, and I think it was better that I forget this season. Although it was one of the earliest seasons that I had started following Roma. Hardly 1.5-2 साल हुआ रहेगा. But yeah, I mean, it was a nightmare European campaign for Roma, which actually followed many, many years of nightmares. And जो हम इस era में अभी जी रहे हैं as a Roma fan, it's unreal that we've been doing this well in Europe. At least when I started supporting Roma, this wasn't the case, as you saw from these two games. इसके बाद में fast forward to a bit of a modern time, and this is very hilarious because ये जो match था मैं दिल्ली में देख रहा था. और मैं काम से गया था, मेरे बॉस थे मेरे रूम में, और he got to see me in an avatar which he was like, what the hell is this team यार, कौन सा team है ये. This was a 4-all game. So Leverkusen took the lead 2-0. Roma equalized 2-all, and then Roma scored 2 more goals to make it 4-2 on the night, leading. So from 2-0 down, Roma led 4-2. And then Leverkusen scored two late goals again, 4 all. I mean, just look at this match. It's very, very, very interesting. One of the games of my life, I think, that I've seen. Yep, there you go. So this is in 2015. I think Rudy Garcia was our manager, and Chicharito scoring those two early goals. You guys, Man United fans, remember Chicharito, and De Rossi scoring two goals for Roma. Just imagine now, De Rossi has had that red card, and De Rossi scored two goals, and then Pjanic and Iago Falque scoring those two goals to take it 4-2, and then Kevin Campbell 84th minute and Mehmedi 86th minute. 4 all, यार ये टीम देखो इनका, बर्न लेनो था, जॉनथन था जो अभी भी है, चारानोग्लू है, केविन कैंपल है, कारिम बेलार भी है, रोमा का देखो. Gervinho, Salah. So I think in this game, it was basically Salah who started as a false nine, with Florenzi up in the right and Gervinho on the left, because Rudy Garcia 4-3 he felt that this is wrong. Nainggolan, Pjanic, De Rossi in midfield. And look at our defense here. Luca Dean, Rudiger, Manolas, Torosidis, and Chesney. And Roma's bench had Iturbe, Dzeko, Iago Silva, Maicon, Morgan DeSantis. I mean, Leandro Castan as well. So what a epic game. So this was in the group stage as well, and this was basically the first clash that happened, and Roma had to win the other leg. Even Barcelona was in our group, and Roma had to win so that to finish second and qualify to the next round. And Roma did win that game, thankfully. Even this was a very very eventful game. Let's have a look at that. बहुत ही सही गेम था ये भी. Very topsy turvy match, as most of these games have been. काफी topsy turvy था. And yeah, I mean Mohamed Salah scoring right at the start, Dzeko making it 2-0, and then once again Leverkusen came back to equalize. Mehmedi, and then uh, this is Chicharito only, I think. Yeah, Chicharito only scored, and then Pjanic with a penalty, 80th minute, kind of salvaging a win, a much deserved win, because ये game में I think Roma really really dominated. 13 shots यहाँ पे 0 on target दिखा रहा है, ये गलत है, but Roma were far superior in terms of the attack and deservedly won and finished second in the group, and effectively knocking Leverkusen out in this. So very very entertaining, those two games were. And then we come to last season, which is the Jose Mourinho season, which was kind of, you can say the way things panned out for Jose was, how it was. So this is the 1-0 where Eduardo Bove scored the goal for Roma, I think 72nd minute. And this is the return leg. And iske aap stats dekho bhai. This is too funny. It's absolutely funny. So the possession, you can see over here, 28% possession for Roma, 72 for Leverkusen. Shots, total shots won, 0 shots on target. Leverkusen had 23 shots and 6 shots on target. So you can imagine typical Jose, story, typical his textbook play. And Roma came out 1-0 aggregate winners and faced Sevilla. Well, I think this was a nice throwback for me also to go and visit all this, the Purana games, and बहुत सारी यादें ताज़ा हो गई वो time पे, especially the 2004 and the 2015 one. Very different stages of my life I was in. But nevertheless, this is a very different Bayer Leverkusen team. We don't have Jose anymore. We have De Rossi. So it'll be different from last year. Xabi Alonso has created a juggernaut of a team who are undefeated. This is the biggest challenge in club football at this point of time, to beat Leverkusen. Roma actually don't need to beat Leverkusen. Draw 2 games, take them to penalties. वो भी हो सकता है, you never know. But what do you feel is going to happen? Leave a comment below. I'm very excited for this game. I'm sure as a neutral fan, everyone is, because it brings about the juggernaut of Leverkusen and the fresh De Rossi, of Roma. So it's going to be very interesting to see Xabi Alonso against De Rossi. कल ही था यार, इन लोग इटली स्पेन खेल रहे थे और आज इन लोग दोनों मैनेजर्स बन गए. Time is moving too quickly and we're turning old very very quickly, as millennials, that is. मेरे दाढ़ी भी सफेद हो गई अभी. But I'm getting nerves now. It's Wednesday night and about 24 hours to go for the game. Hopefully, we can replicate last year's performance. Um, yeah, that's it for this video, and we're going to do some special watch-alongs. We're going to do a review of this game as well after the first leg. So stay tuned for more updates. If you like this kind of content, do consider subscribing to my channel, AM Talk Sport. I am Ajay Menon signing off. Forza Roma. Forza, Forza, Forza Roma.